Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome back. So in this video, I'm gonna start a new chapter 13, and we're gonna start with section 13.1. In this section, we will be talking about a concept actually we already learned in high school. We'll be talking about a coordinate system. Section 13.1, coordinate system. And this system has many names. Sometimes we call it coordinate system. It has another name. We may call it XY coordinate system. Right. Or we can call it rectangular coordinate system. Okay. Rectangular coordinate system, or sometimes we call a Cartesian coordinate system. They're all the same. The reason they have Cartesian name because this coordinate system is invented by a French mathematician named René Descartes. So the term Cartesian is come from his name, Descartes. Okay, and coordinate system including two axes. And these two axes perpendicular to each other. The first axis we call the y-axis, and the second axis we call the x-axis. The x-axis is the horizontal, and the y-axis is vertical axis. And they intersect each other at one point. We call that origin. Okay, and on x and y coordinate system, it's going to divide it into small equal increment. From origin to the right hand side, it is positive, and from origin to the left hand side is negative. And they all increment. They all have equal increment. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And over here we have -1, -2, -3. Okay, and the same thing for y-axis. On the top we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, and over here and so on. We have until infinity if you want it. And the bottom we have -1, -2, and -3, -4, and so on. Okay, why we have to learn coordinate system? Because any equation, any function, later on when you learn function, any function can be a graph, can be displayed on coordinate system, or any location or position can be represented by a point on coordinate system, and a point including two components. For example, I pick a point right here. I can pick a point right here. For example, I pick a point right over here. Okay, and this point over here has two components. I call that a point A. The first component we call the x component because it's corresponding to the value on the x. Over here value is 2. Okay, so the x component goes first, comma. The second component we call the y component because it's corresponding to value number 4 on y. Okay, so if any point is written in this form, we call that order pair form. Now we call it order pair form. Alright. And now you see that this point over here is on the upper right part, right? And you can see that this coordinate system divide my paper into 4 parts. The first part we call the first quadrant. The second one we call the second quadrant. Okay, and the third quadrant over here, and the fourth quadrant over here. Okay, all right. So you can also have as many points as you want on the coordinate system. It depends on the question. You know, if the question asks you to graph 5 point, you're gonna put it on 5 point on coordinate system. Okay, for example, over here I want you to locate point B with coordinate is -3, 2. Okay, so this is a coordinate. Okay, the x component is the coordinate of the point. Or point C has coordinate 3, -5. You can locate that on the coordinate system easily. So -3, 2. So it should be right over here, right? And -3, 2. So this concept is very easy, guys. You already learned in high school. So this is 3, -5. So it should be around right here. Okay, so this is point C. The only thing I want you to notice, and I want you to be careful, is that when you draw the coordinate system and if you don't have graphing paper, please try to get the equal increment. Okay, because some students put this as 1, but 2 is all the way over here and 3 all the way over here. Well, look at that, it doesn't make sense at all, right? So make sure that you have all equal increment. Okay, by doing that, then it's easier for you to have a perfect it's easy for you to not to get it's easy for you not to get careless mistake. Okay, because otherwise then you will get careless mistake, so be careful with that. Okay, all right, now I can give you the equation, and from that equation you can find either x component or y component based on that equation. For example, I have you the equation like this. Okay, and I give you the x component, I'm asking you for the y component, or I can give you the y component and I'm asking you for the first component, which is the x component. And how are we gonna do this? So they give you the one component, they ask you for the other component. That's very easy. The way you do is the same as you already learned when you do evaluation. Okay, when you evaluate algebraic expression, very easy. You know, when they give you the first component, which is the x component, you just replace the x with 1, so you're gonna have 3 times 1 plus y equals 12, and from here you can get y is 9, right? Then you see that you can get the point is 1, 9. Similarly, if they give you the y component, you just replace the y with that, so you have 3x plus minus 1 plus 12, so you have 3x minus 1 equals 12. The x equal to 13 over 3. Then you have the whole point will be 13 over 3 comma -1. It's very hard to locate this point on coordinate system, but it's not impossible. Okay, it's not impossible. It means that you can. It's just hard. 1, 9 is very easy to locate, and you see that over here I don't have any name for the point here, but you can name it whatever you want. You can name it A, B, C, D, or whatever you want. Okay. Another case is that they give you an algebraic expression and they give you the table, and in that table it has 2 columns, x or y column, and they give you the x column. They ask you to find the y column. You do the same thing, but I think I'm gonna spare that example for when I'm talking about the next section, 13.2. Okay, so for this section I think I'm gonna stop right over here. There's nothing much to talk about other than that you just need to memorize this is order pair form, and 2 and 4 is the coordinate of a point on the coordinate system. And we have 4 quadrant and we have intersection. And make sure that when you draw a coordinate system, if you don't have a graphing paper, make sure that all the increment must be equal to each other. Alright, so I think I'm gonna stop right over here, and I'll see you next time in section 13.2. Bye bye.